Due to too many power strips being plugged into other power strips, the electrical grid at Springfield Elementary School became overloaded. If the circuit was disturbed even slightly, the overload would cause an explosion. The explosion instantly ignited the Iraq War surplus canned goods in the storage room. Under the high temperature and pressure, the smell of rotten eggs quickly spread throughout the entire school. Left with no choice, the school had to suspend classes for a week.
Awesome! That's great!
Meanwhile, Homer was watching a late-night infomercial featuring the legendary O'Neill. The shirt with built-in copper wire heating was particularly appealing. Just as he was about to place an order, Marge stopped him. These peddlers make a fortune off fools like him. Marge's words suddenly enlightened Homer. If he could be like O'Neill and sell useless stuff to everyone, couldn't he also become rich?
Dad, wake up! Get up, dummy!
As it turned out, to avoid falling behind, the students had to attend classes from home.
Homeschooling. Every half-assed parent's nightmare.
Bart, as usual, was reading comics hidden inside his textbook. The straight-A student Martin was still completely absorbed in his studies, but the mediocre Milhouse was having a hard time. His parents could get into a huge fight just over a math problem about buying bags.
You? $500 in the bank? What are you teaching him, science fiction?
Meanwhile, Marge was teaching the children a little history lesson. A long time ago, Springfield built a courting pavilion. Couples came from far and wide to express their love through song. But the designer failed to consider the problem of acoustic resonance, causing the courting pavilion to collapse. And the mayor at that time was Milhouse's great-great-grandfather. Thus, he became a villain in history. Learning that his ancestors were all failures, Milhouse was very depressed.
Not so great, I guess. So the Van Houtens have always been losers.
Milhouse's dad came to Moe's tavern feeling down and poured out his troubles. Moe angrily said that since his family had failed, he should step up. Obviously, Milhouse's dad misunderstood and took it to mean something else. When Springfield Elementary announced it would reopen, Milhouse's dad protested vehemently. He opposed continuing the Springfield history lessons because they were full of his family's dark history. But the school board member was dismissive. History would not be changed for him.
But we planned to tread water on that unit for months.
This made him even more furious, and he became relentless.
30 years we've been pleading with the parents to get more involved. The hell were we thinking?
Soon the principal held a parent meeting to vote. By this point, the crowd had split into two camps. Milhouse naturally wanted to erase his family's dark history. He believed children needed to learn positive things. It would be better to find some heroic deeds to study instead. The other side believed children should face history head-on, so they could learn from past mistakes and do better.
Look at my son! You think he needs to feel worse about himself than he already clearly does? You are doing this to him!
Seeing that things were getting out of control, the school board member hurriedly called off the meeting. Marge thought it was sad that neighbors couldn't get along, but Homer believed that democracy requires different voices in the world.
But everyone in this country is so divided. Where will all this hostility lead?
Marge's words instantly sparked inspiration in Homer. Looking at O'Neill's billboard, he finally found a way to make money. That was to sell slogan t-shirts. They could display customized slogans to express anger and even store multiple slogans.
I'll never look not angry again.
Whether you were a vegetarian or a meat eater, whether you were inarticulate or eloquent, you could use the shirts to voice your opinions.
Now Daddy's just giving Stupid a chance to respond.
Sure enough, the shirts were unanimously loved by the residents. Homer made a fortune and paid off all his household debts in no time. But Springfield lost its former harmony. Everyone started printing their grievances on their shirts to vent. To erase his family's dark history, Milhouse's dad outright declared war. The two camps fought fiercely. To stop this farce, the mayor had no choice but to end the Springfield history lessons. And so Milhouse's dad became the final victor. Lisa had a bad feeling about this. Marge comforted Lisa, telling her not to worry. She would take care of things.
Wow, can't believe all this happened in only 3 weeks.
In just 3 weeks, Milhouse's dad had become Springfield's dictator. He not only erased his family's dark history, but even burned books in an attempt to rewrite history. And Homer, because he strongly supported Milhouse's dad, became Springfield's richest man. Marge was so anxious about this that she couldn't sleep at night.
I can fix that. I'll adjust your copper number.
Clearly, if this continued, it would lead to an even bigger disaster. Marge turned to Homer for help, but he was singularly focused on making money. Left with no choice, Marge went to Milhouse's dad's office to ask him to reinstate the Springfield history lessons. He gladly agreed to reinstate them, but the history had to be rewritten.
Damn it.
So he rebuilt the courting pavilion his great-grandfather had made, and it was twice the size of the original. However, history has a way of repeating itself. The electric current passing through the copper wires in the shirts created a massive magnetic field. The tragedy of the past repeated itself, and the courting pavilion collapsed once again. But fortunately, this time there were no casualties. Homer suddenly realized that they could ignore history, but they couldn't ignore science.
No matter how much we deny it, science is real, and we must not anger her.
And so everything that happened in Springfield was once again recorded. Many years later at Springfield Elementary, teachers would continue to teach this to their students.
How dare you teach that horrible story to my child!